Welcome to another episode of Talkin Shop. Mike Philbrick here again, and this episode is going to be a little bit different than past Talkin Shop. We're not actually going to talk about financial planning and investing. Don't turn it off yet. Mike and I both came from the gym, so for those not following Mike's trip here, we have already recorded one video. We've done a podcast. We went to the gym. Now we are going to talk about fitness, nutrition, and its importance in our lives. And I also want to tie in how I think that fits into financial planning. So it does kind of work to the message of All About Your Benjamins, but it's not industry specific. So Mike will probably not brag on himself, so I'm going to do it. Mike had an illustrious career in the CFL, and he was on the Wall of Fame, correct?
Yes, sir.
So he knows a little something about fitness, and I would think that after that many years, 12 years professionally?
Yeah.
So you figure 12 years professional training, all the years of college, high school leading up, then maybe you would get to a point of burnout and just say, hey, I've done enough exercise, I'm not going to do it. Yet, here you are, still working out 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So on this episode of Talkin Shop, tell me why fitness and nutrition is so important to you for whatever reasons you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, generally speaking, health is your wealth, right? So if we think about, those top priorities in life, for me, it's health and family and the ability to do all those things with them. And so when you take your body and you go through 12 years of professional football, it takes a toll, which means that the maintenance has got to be higher after the 12 years on the ongoing basis. So if I don't work out, I'll just feel awful. And so I'm driven by that endorphin rush. We got up nice and early, we had a nice cup of coffee from the well, did a podcast, and then I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. We went to the gym. Those of you all would know Roman and Leo. Leo was lifting with us, and just a great time. So in life, what we know about happiness is these communities that we create and these tribes that we're part of around things that we love to do increase our happiness and then increase our lifespan. And you don't want to pass up those opportunities to do that. So, every year we do a thing called Feats of Strength. I've been doing this for a long period of time. And a shout out to Dave Ablack. On December 23rd, every year we sit down and we say, are we stronger than we were last year or aren't we? And I'll tell you, that does a lot to help you avoid Christmas parties and evenings out, because you're like, I got to train in the morning at 5. How many beers you want? 1. Right, and so you got to get back to the gym. So it's on purpose. We do it in December to help try and stay the course, and also to mark where we're going and be healthier in life so that we can be there for our kids. So my kids are 17 and 20. At some point, they'll get married, and I'll be walking down the aisle, and they're going to have grandkids, and I want to be around. Like, it's my motivating factors. I want to be here, and I want to be healthy. And so for me, that's the whole part of it. And then the community that comes along with that is amazing. Like this type of interaction that we've had, connecting with Andrew last night, Dave Babulak, shout out to you. We're going to go invade your space, come into your neighborhood. Earlier this year was with Corey Hofstein. We did the deadlift workout. He almost killed me. But this is the whole point of life, right? And the digital footprint has allowed us all to even connect on a larger scale. It's just incredible. I mean, there's several facets there that I think are incredibly important.
So what part do you think the fitness and staying healthy helps you in your career? Because, I mean, you're president of a big company. You guys manage a lot of money, very important job. How important is that to your day-to-day activities as a professional?
At the pinnacle of the pyramid. So if you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if we think about it in the context of health and that sort of thing, number one, the base of the pyramid is all about rest and recuperation. Don't worry about eating and don't worry about exercise if you're not getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night. And I love going to bed at 8:30 at night. So I get upstairs and my bed is so comfy. Shout out to my lovely wife, Sharon. Most comfortable bed in the world. And man, I love getting in there 8:39 because the bell rings at 5 a.m. for me. So I'm up at 5. I walk my 2 dogs. I put some podcasts or something motivational in right away in the morning. Get that day started right. I want to get moving. I work out 6 to 7. Pretty much every day, minimum 6 days a week. Then I'll sit and have a little bit of time with my wife before I go into work, and then I go into work and I hit the day running. Endorphins are flooding in, feeling good, feeling strong. Set up the morning. These habits and rituals that we establish on a daily basis. They're absolutely at the center of the wheel. If you do not have your health and your ability to focus, what do you have?
Right.
That your intellectual curiosity suffers, the opportunity to connect with people suffer, all related back to the ultimate goal, which is to be happy and enjoy the journey.
8:30 is not happening. The boys are just now going down to bed at 8:30. So 5 o'clock, the alarm goes off. I'm with you there, but I'm hitting bed at like 11:30. So the sleep thing is something I need to work on.
So some ideas, right? Maybe we jump into tactics already. Meditation, right? You've got a great space here. Make sure you get a 20-minute nap in the middle of the day.
So I do that. If you ever swing by the office and my window, the blinds are closed, the door's locked, I might be sitting in my chair, and it's almost more of a meditation. It's almost the deepest sleep, but I'm not really asleep. It's kind of weird.
Napitation.
I have the Headspace app, and I try to meditate, and I struggle. But when I hit my alarm for 22 minutes and I sit in my chair, like in no time. It's weird. It's a weird way it works.
And that's when you quieted your mind enough to just be present. And I think that's incredibly important. I learned through a great deal of luck about visualizing and meditation when I, kind of 1990, God, what would it be? 1 or 2 or 3, just through sports and visualization, and so started meditation a long time ago, and have ebbed and flowed in practice, but calming your mind so you can hear what's going on in the world is incredibly important, and it also adds to your sleep, your rest cycles. So you need to think about your rest cycles in a weekly pattern. You can go for shorter times, but you will need to catch up to sleep cycles over several days if you're not slept.
Right.
You can catch up a bit. There's lots of research on this sort of stuff, but if you're getting only 6 hours sleep, you absolutely have to rest during the day. I forget the book. There's been a couple of recent sleep studies, and 6 hours of sleep at night is not sustainable. It's only sustainable by some very small percentage of the population, like 0.5% of the human population can actually function for extended period of time on 6 hours. So it's all part of human optimality, right? Optimization is my thing. Right. I want to optimize me. We intermittent fast at our place. People come to it. It's a bit of a cultish thing at Resolve. Everyone is working right through, and we've got this new app called Feedback, which is after like 1-2 o'clock. Then they start to discount lunches. So you can go and get a shout out to Feedback, and they'll pay for a lunch for a charity thing.
Oh, cool.
So so you have no lineup, and you go and you get like 30 to 50% off your lunch if you eat later in the day. So
which fits right in with what you're doing.
Right. So 2, 3, 4 o'clock. That's when you get hungry. You've had an intermittent fast during the day. It allows you to focus more. It allows you to get more done. And it's not a function of I want to get more done for the man. It's not that at all. It's continue to have the intellectual curiosity to explore and to learn. Those are the things I really love, and I just do them better when I'm well rested,
right,
alert, and have eaten the right food. Right.
One of the things I've noticed, so I try to work in nutrition and wellness on podcasts, and pretty much every guest I've had bring on, and these are all people that I would consider successful in their own right, and they all have some type of workout routine. It's very important to them. So I think there is, I can't make the exact correlation, but I do think for those people who reach higher levels of success, however you want to measure those, there's a fitness component to it, whether it be the discipline that goes with it. So if you're disciplined to get up at 5 every morning to work out, you're probably disciplined to work hard and do the things you do for work. I'm like you, when I work out in the morning early, I'm tired when I get up, I do the workout, and I feel great for the day.
Yeah.
If I wait and work out in the afternoon, I feel like by the end of the day I'm kind of dragging, and I get picked back up, but there is something about getting that workout to start the day, and I feel energized the whole day.
Yeah.
So I think there's a big component. So that's why I like bringing it up, that's why I like discussing it, and then the final thing, the reason I like to discuss it is I believe that taking the time to get up and be disciplined and invest maybe in some higher quality food and eat better is an investment in yourself. So we're talking about financial planning, we talk about optimizing portfolios here in a little bit, and we talk about investing in the markets, but we also should invest in ourselves and our longevity and try to give ourselves the best chance at living the highest quality of life.
Yeah.
And if you're eating crap, then you're probably, unless you're one of the rare people who can get by on that, you're probably not going to have a good quality life later on because it's all going to catch up. So take the time to exercise now. Give yourself a better chance of being healthy down the road. Eat healthier. That's why I'm so fascinated by this, because I think it fits into what it is that I do with clients.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Right. You got all these good one-liners.
it is just true, right?
Uh-huh.
So the domino effect. Get up early in the morning, do some stuff, get moving. That domino continues to fall through your whole day. You've started your day. If you can control your rituals and habits at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, you'll be amazed at how much more productive the middle of the day is.
Right.
And how about this? I learned this from, I think it was a CrossFit ages ago. I've been a CrossFit fan for a number of years, probably more than 10. And there was a lady, and she said, "Listen, don't take my word for it. Try it and tell me." Right? So whether it's exercise or eating clean, and I can't do this. I mean, my wife's a fitness trainer. She's in incredible shape. People ask her, "Oh my God, what do you do?" And she's like, "I do this, this, this." And I could never do that, is what you hear. I'm like, well, then you can't look like this.
Right.
And then the other thing is, well, how do you know you can't do it? Anyone could do anything for 30 days.
Right.
Why don't you try it and tell me? You tell me. I'm offering this to the universe, or obviously you try this eat clean, like the carnivore diet.
So you got me trying the carnivore diet for 30 days.
So we talked about it at the March for the Fallen. Shout out to Wes Gray and the boys, Alpha Architect. That has been an amazing, wonderful opportunity to meet another tribe and join that tribe. But going into that, I wanted to be lighter to get a better time. It wasn't happening, so I said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this carnivore diet and do something extreme." And it's just it's a bright line ketogenic diet is really kind of what it is. And I'm like, I'm gonna try it. I hear all kinds of stuff about it. I hear the anecdotal, information, evidence. It's not totally built in science, but anyone can do anything for 30 days. Right. And I will tell you, my experience was pretty positive. Inflammation was much lower. Felt pretty good. Is it sustainable? I tell you, it gets pretty boring.
Right.
It gets pretty boring eating meat, cheese, and eggs. But it's not that boring. So it was. I will go back to it at some point. It did have a meaningful impact. But again, try it and you tell us.
Speaking of carnivore diet, I think our food's probably ready.
Oh yeah,
so
nice.
It's a perfect sign off for us to go grab lunch, come back and record another podcast. So,
Dynamite.
Any closing thoughts on fitness, nutrition, and why people should be thinking of it?
Just do it. Well, your health is your wealth.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for another episode of Talkin' Shop here pretty soon. Have a good day.